Hello, my name is Dr. Girish Nilivigi. I am a urologist with 20 years of post-qualification experience. Now, there are no preventive measures to stop the progression of enlargement of the prostate. As I told you, it is a function of the aging male, which means it is physiological. Just as you cannot stop gray hair, you cannot stop the progression of cataract, you cannot stop the joints becoming arthritic, you cannot stop the wrinkling of the skin. In the same way, you cannot stop an enlargement of the prostate. Most of the patients who come to me, they ask the question, doctor, my prostate is enlarged. Will it cause cancer? The answer is enlargement of the prostate doesn't cause cancer. Cancer prostate and enlargement of the prostate take place by different pathways. So a person could have enlargement of the prostate or BPH with focus of cancer within the enlarged prostate. So they are independent processes. So the patient may have difficulty in passing urine, he may have poor stream, that is because of the enlargement of the prostate, but he may have a coincidental cancer of the prostate also. So BPH does not lead to cancer of the prostate. They are caused by independent mechanisms. Many years ago, about 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when the optics were not good, when the cautery was not good, many urologists used to stage prostate surgeries. So they used to do one lobe at a time and after a few days come back to do the second lobe. This increased the safety of the surgery because of better vision and lesser bleeding in each surgery. However, nowadays almost always prostate surgery is a single step process. We have better cameras, we have better cautery and we have better experience, so that almost always it is never necessary to do a second surgery for prostate. There are many new therapies which are coming about, and some of them are in clinical use, some of them are still experimental. I can give the examples of prostatic artery embolization, which is an interventional radiology procedure. It is like angioplasty, wherein a small catheter is passed by making a small cut in the groin, and the blood supply to the prostate is cut off by using some coils in the blood vessels which supply the prostate. Over a period of time, the prostate shrinks in size and the patient will have relief in obstructive symptoms. However, this needs an advanced cath lab to do this procedure, and it is still not widely done because it is a new procedure. We also do not know the long-term effects of this procedure. The other procedures which are used in treating enlarged prostate and still they are in limited clinical use or in experimental use are a procedure called aquablation, a procedure called RISM, or lift procedure. These procedures use water vapor to vaporize the prostate or high speed water jet to cut the prostate, and in lift procedure a clip is used to fix the prostate so that the occluded lateral lobes are retracted laterally so that more gap is created for the passage of urine. So these are the things that are coming up, and maybe in the next year or next few years we'll have more details about these procedures. But right now these are not carried out in most of the centers of our country or even outside India.